Hey guys, it's Tuesday, 10:18 on January 16th, 2018, and I just had a very strange experience about 2 hours ago. I was sitting in my bed watching the Mike Winger podcast. It had just started, and about 8:10 p.m., because my phone call happened at 8:12, I heard both at the same time a boom, 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 like a big, huge three series, maybe four, boom, 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 um, bang, and it was so loud and it shook my bed and it happened so quickly that I was like, gosh, who could it be? I mean, I have a friend who will sometimes, knock really hard on my door and kind of, just joke around. So I called that friend and I'm like, where are you? And he's like, I'm at my apartment. And I was like, okay, well, because I guess then you're not here. I don't know what that boom was, but there was a huge boom. And he's like, "Oh, I heard it too." He's like, "I thought it was the guys above me." And so he's in an apartment building and he thought it was somebody dropping or throwing something on the floor above where he lives. And so then we both obviously discovered in the very short phone call that it was something that we experienced and we're a couple miles apart from each other. So then I called another friend who I said, "Where are you?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm on the road driving north on I-75." And I said, "Did you just hear this crazy boom?" And because I figured they probably didn't though after they said they were on the road. And he's like, "Yeah, I just heard it. I was just driving. I was just about south of Jocelyn Road area, and I just heard it." He said, he goes, "I'm surprised that." He said, "I'm surprised that you heard it too. Like we were all kind of putting these pieces of the puzzle together." So then I found out from another friend who's about 10 miles south of me in the Detroit area that they heard it and felt it. The person who was driving, though, did not seem to have felt it, but they definitely heard it going 75 miles an hour on the expressway. So that's pretty interesting. So then, just for the heck of it, I called another friend who's out in Kalamazoo. That's halfway to Chicago from where I am, and they're about 180 miles away from me. And I asked them, I'm like, "Did you just feel something or hear something?" No, they didn't hear or feel anything. Okay, so it's contained within, from what I can locate logistically, about a 40-mile radius of where I am. I looked on the earthquake map. There was nothing on the earthquake map. And nobody saw anything. That's the thing that I want to emphasize here, is that nobody in my circle that I contacted saw anything. Everybody felt something. So then there was nothing on the earthquake map. So then this thing pops up here on Detroit News. Now this article is just very strange, so I want to read it to you. Suspected meteorite buzzes Metro Detroit. Metro Detroiters from Ann Arbor, which is about 35 miles to the west of me, to Rochester, which is about 10 to 15 miles to the east of me, reported a flashing light and a loud boom that is believed to have been a meteorite hitting the earth Tuesday around 8:15. Okay, so this was posted within 45 minutes of the event, and I'm just wondering who believes that this was a meteorite hitting the earth? That answer, who, is what I'm a little confused about, because we're not getting any sources for this, okay? We don't know who says this was a meteorite. Sending authorities scurrying to find the cause. Well, right there, that's a contradiction. If the authorities are scurrying to find the cause of the loud boom and light, then why are they believing it's a meteorite? I mean, the authorities don't need to scurry for a meteorite. So who are the authorities that think it's a meteorite? And who are the authorities who are scurrying? Right there, that's not made clear. This is where it starts getting weird, though. The National Weather Service said they received multiple reports from around Metro Detroit of a flash and a boom beginning about 8:10 p.m. They could not confirm that a meteor had hit the earth. Okay, first of all, do we use them? We might, I don't know. Do we use the National Weather Service to confirm a meteor hits the earth? I don't know. Is that in their job description? But my bigger question is, who? Who are these people who would call the National Weather Service to make multiple reports of a loud boom and light? I mean, of all the people I talked to, I think that would probably be the last. That would probably be the last official's number on our list that we would call to report. I mean, none of us had any instinct to call, but if we did, it would probably be like to the police or something, not to the National Weather Service. I don't know, maybe people do that, but so here it goes on with weirdness. Okay, it says from this guy Mike Tarkowski of Milford. He's quoted. Now, whoever this guy is, I don't know. There's no explanation for why the Detroit News is interviewing this guy. I saw an extremely bright light, said Mike Tarkowski of Milford. Milford's about 30 miles to the west of me. Everyone's now listen to the quote continues of this strange Milford resident. We don't know how this Milford resident got in touch with Detroit News or why the Detroit News is interviewing this person, but we haven't identified Mike Tarkowski as a police officer, but listen to what he says. Everyone's calling the police about it. How would Mike Tarkowski know? Who is Mike Tarkowski? He's not identified as a cop, so I'm not quite sure why they're interviewing this guy except for this. I was watching television and it was pitch dark out. All of a sudden the whole yard started getting brighter, kind of yellowish orange, like a flash bulb. Then it got black. It was something big and it was something up in the air. Okay, that's really interesting because what I just explained to you was something that shook the ground. And I didn't see any light. And none of the people I talked to saw any light. So right there we have this weird thing. Now, does he say, let's see, it was extremely bright. Everyone's calling the police about it. I was sitting watching TV and it was pitch dark. All of a sudden the whole yard started getting, now he doesn't talk about it shaking or a boom. So he's literally describing something that happened up in the air at the exact same time I'm describing something that's shaken the ground and like three huge consecutive, like almost one big boom into three separate little teeny parts. The Weather Service in White Lake said the first report came in about 8:15 p.m. This is what the meteorologist reports. Somebody was reporting lightning with thunder. Okay, that I can kind of believe because it's Michigan and we're in the dead of winter. You don't usually expect lightning and thunder, but I'm still suspicious about why a resident would call the National Weather Service in White Lake Township and who is at the National Weather Service in White Lake Township to take a phone call at 8 p.m. at night. So this whole report just seems so bizarre, except for that it does confirm the noise of the thunder sound. Okay, so that's consistent with what I experienced. But somebody was reporting lightning with thunder, said meteorologist Corey Benke. We checked our observational data here, and I can tell you we've not had any lightning. Okay, now here's this Andy Losick, whoever he is. Lots of reports here of people from Chicago to Detroit area seeing meteor or fireball. We are just east of Lake Michigan and saw it due east of us. Okay, Andy Losick, you know, that's funny because we didn't see a fireball, but we sure felt one. Now, my friend who's in Kalamazoo didn't feel, hear, or see anything. So let's just go to this video really quick here. And actually, I'll take you to it on YouTube here and play it in full view for you guys so you can see this. Now, I want you to notice, I'll just tell you what I observe here. Okay, this looks to me like it's right before the Jocelyn, right before you get to Jocelyn Road, based on where this is, which would be almost exactly where my friend is, if this is even I-75, but I'm pretty sure it's in that area because that's what they say it is. But I mean, I don't even know what to think about this because look at the timestamp on this is for 9:15:03. Now, it's possible, sometimes I don't change my clock in my car, so it's possible that it's the wrong time because this person just didn't. But why would you have a dash cam? I don't know. Anyway, it says here, anyone can use this video with credit. Russian dash cam for the win. No audio. Didn't hear any loud sounds. Okay, timestamp is off. Happened around 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Looked really close. Look where he was. Northbound I-75 near Bloomfield Hills. That person was literally driving right next to the friend I had who was on the phone, who was in the car, who heard the booms but didn't see anything. See, so this is like the exact opposite of what my eyewitness on the ground actually heard but didn't see. It's like the inversion of this. So anyway, now this is another strange thing. Hi, Mike. Can you give Fox 2 permission to use this on TV and online across our stations? Thank you. This is just really weird because he says here, anyone can use this video with credit. So I don't know why Channel 2 would be asking for that. But if you do a quick search on Michigan, let me see if I can, I'll just have to redo the query. But if you do a search on Michigan, just for the last couple of hours, okay, let's just do a query here on YouTube. and we'll see. Let's filter it for like, we'll just do it for today. Okay, just see Michigan in the title. Okay, what we have is, and I should have done a screen capture of it at first. When I first did this query, everything that popped up was a news channel. WXYZ, 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 M Live. Okay, M Live actually posted before this Phil K did. Although now it's showing that well, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. This had no views and this one had like 500 views. So I'm not exactly sure why all of a sudden this one has so many views, because I noticed that Phil K had posted, this one was up and running. People were watching this on M Live. So I guess my point is this: I'm a little confused why all the news channels seem to have the videos before the people posted it. See, here's another one: Flash in the Sky, WXYZ TV, WXYZ TV. I don't know. It just seems a little weird. Meteor landed in Taylor, Michigan. Now these are the ones that I would expect to see a lot more of. Normal people, Shady B TV, whatever. Video of meteor hitting Taylor, Michigan on Tuesday around 8:10 p.m. I don't know. So I'm a little perplexed why we have all the news reports here. Breaking: explosion over Michigan.
Are you serious? This was an explosion over Detroit, Michigan. And I mean explosion. I mean, hang on, folks. As you can see in the thumbnail, we'll be showing you and talking about it tonight on our broadcast. Starts at 10 p.m. Eastern. But just less than an hour ago, local hundreds of people. Who was that lady that called? Susan. Susan called. Thank you, Susan, for calling. And also, I got your email as well. And Detroit has been lit up with an unbelievable fireball. Several hundred people have called in from all across the area in Detroit, Michigan. This was a meteorite. There's no question about this. And it...
Okay, see, when I hear that, I'm like, what do you mean there's no question about this? It didn't look like a meteorite, and maybe it is. I don't know. Honestly, what do I know? I don't know anything. But it just seemed really strange to me that the first ones who get it, who have the news posted, are literally the news channels and the big, huge monster channels on YouTube. Just a very few. I mean, look at this. This is, okay, Phil K. Let's just give Phil K credit for having posted this 2 hours ago. That's just one guy. And this Mike Austin dude, Mike Austin, his channel, this video was embedded in this by 9 o'clock. So within 45 minutes, the reporters at the Detroit News not only searched YouTube, but they found this uploaded. I mean, this guy had to have had this thing, they had to have found it immediately, because this whole entire article was posted with this embedded in it by 8:59 p.m. I don't know. It just seems like there's just something kooky going on here. The timing is just too perfect, and the article is just too weird. And the stuff that it's like they're already having us focus up in the sky. And I'm telling you, nobody in my area saw anything. Now, maybe there was something visible. I don't know. But I'm telling you, we definitely felt it, and that doesn't seem to be the big consensus here. And just the fact that the big YouTube channels and the news seem to have this packaged explanation all of a sudden makes me wonder, what the hell is going on here?